Hello and welcome back to our Clair Obscur Expedition 33 post-game playthrough. In our last episode I forgot to give my opinions on the game, as I promised. So we'll be rectifying that in this episode as we go through the next danger portal that we find. So yes, what do we think? Do we think the redwoods? Possibly the redwoods? Let's go see if the meadows is, because yes, my memory is absolutely shocking. No, it's not. Okay. So... okay, the redwoods isn't either.
Son, here I come! Woohoo! Here we go!
It's me, Mario. Sorry, I couldn't help myself there. It just
Hang on tight.
blended in too seamlessly.
Flashing through the
Not
sky.
blended in, but yeah, it felt appropriate.
Hang on tight. Here we go.
Alright, that's the Keyblade Graveyard. So that's not red, that's not red either. This is why you don't go exploring. You can never tell where it is you've been. Turn that way. Ah, okay, that'll be underwater. So we can't go there.
Flashing through the sky.
That looks red to me.
Go. Let us
Don't know why I'm making Eskio do that. See, it's turn to lead for the episode. So we're going to check out the painting workshop. Oh no, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. That's not the kind of... Yeah, that's not the kind of dungeon you can't... It's the kind of dungeon where you need to concentrate on the dungeon, not on expressing your thoughts about the game as a whole. Largely because I am very uncoordinated. You look interesting. And I suspect you'll, quite handily show me the door. Maybe the White Sands? Oh no, that was the manor we couldn't get into, wasn't it? And it's not red, so not for that. Nor there. I probably should have found where I was going before I started recording the episode 7 minutes ago. Shouldn't I? Yes. That would have been the polite thing to do. Could go to Frozen Hearts. Could see what that is. That way. Oh, it's another underwater by the looks of it. No, it's not, because you've flown in the wrong direction. Well, doesn't this look psychedelic? Shall we explore the sunless cliffs? Okay, well, alright, let's start out with the art style, because it's the most readily obvious. I'm sure people are going to say, yes, it's Unreal Engine 5, yes, they're reused assets and blah 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 blah, but you have to admit, this doesn't look like your usual Unreal Engine 5 game that someone's just cobbled together in their little office dungeon thing and tweaked some things a little bit. This is... They have a different style that they were going for here. They wanted people to remember this game. Very French inspired, as is the entire thing. but that just adds to the charm of it. I think we get too used to having, okay, this looks sort of like America, everyone's talking sort of like America, it's sort of like America. And it's nothing necessarily against America, it's just people try to remove flavour. We'll go find somewhere else and I'll just continue talking now that I've started. It's like, I don't know, it's like bread, I suppose, which is nothing at all against bread. Everyone has bread every day. Everyone likes bread every day. Almost every... No, stuff it. I'll stick with the... I will stick with the generality. Generally, everyone likes bread. Generally, everyone has bread every day. It's fine. It's bread. But you know... sometimes you just...
Flashing through the sky!
Sometimes you just need more than bread. You know, sometimes you need a sayo instead of bread. And yes, I know people not from Australia won't know what a sayo is, but it's sometimes you just need something that's a little bit different, because otherwise it's just bread. And as good as bread is, sayo with some tomato and cheese on it, pretty good.
Here we go!
So, and yes, no, I have not lost my thread of thought here. The whole French theme behind it, like, it's very obvious that Lumiere is based on Paris, largely because it is sitting beneath a gigantic Eiffel Tower. And bravo to them for choosing that to be, you know, they said to themselves, this is our home, we want to showcase it. So we're going to make this game French, because we are French. Oui. Oh, we means you. Sorry, couldn't help but drop that in as either. It's the art style is grandiose. In a different way than you would get from something based on America. And I know I'm saying America a lot, But as someone who plays games, a lot of stuff is based on America. And yeah, it's nice to see a different take on an RPG that has gone, okay, let's just give people something a little bit different. Every time we've walked into a different area, I know I've made a joke of it throughout, of me going, how many wows have I said this episode? But it's true, it's just...
Flashing through the sky! Hang on tight!
It wows because it feels unique. It feels like it's its own world, despite being based on France. I am just going to go for Frozen Hearts because I know it's a red one and I can't keep flying around all day. But yes, everything is not designed to make you feel small, but by the same token, it is designed to make you feel small. I mean, look how big SKA is to us, and then look how everything around here is in relation to SKA. And I'm not in the right place, am I? No, I am. Okay.
Swift.
So, yeah, it's grandiose and I love it. And I have taken the time to go up to Windows through the episodes, to go up to Windows and look and see what's inside, and I think to myself, 30 people made this, and I can guarantee there weren't 30 people who were building the world. There were writers, and and there were writers and there were secretaries and there were people who did not work on putting the world together because their talents were different. And yeah, there were people who had to work on battles, who had to work on weapons and armor and the fact that these people were able to do that is just astounding in a good way.
Here's your car. Careful now.
Your turn to shine.
It was significantly harder last time we was in here.
I'm waiting.
I mean,
Oh, really?
counter designers, monster designers, character designers. And yes, I'm pretty distracted because I'm talking, but that's fine. You don't expect professional gameplay from me at all.
Careful now.
So yeah, the art of this game is absolutely gorgeous, and I have said it so often through the playthrough that I think it's obvious that I do love it. There's been so many different locales, and I mean that in a good way. You know, we have snow right here. We've had beaches, we've had deserts, we've had underwater zones. And they've all looked distinct, they've all looked vibrant. And I think people will dismiss that out of hand. But, as I said when we got Luna the outfit that I left her in for the entire rest of the playthrough from Saran. It's so good to have colour back in RPGs. It's like
It likes you.
Ready to parry.
RPGs, in my opinion, RPGs in general have been getting significantly less colourful.
I'd love to dance.
In terms of actual colour.
I'd love a dance.
I mean, and it's like, we'll listen to this while I think about how to word.
Thibault, Expedition 51. Shortly after dawn, death was a kindness, for Maxim was in a great deal of pain. Pain we could not help him carry. Tomorrow comes, and it comes for us all. May it bring you the gift of peace, and not just the gift of sorrow. No one else will ever understand. Not the way my fellow expeditioners understand. Maxim, Clement, Fabienne, Guillaume, Carla. We're bound by something deeper than blood or love. There's a shared unity, a shared trust, born from all we've been through. We carry each other's lives in our hands. There is no greater intimacy. I'm no longer lost. I know exactly who I am now, and exactly what I'm capable of. Life is not easy. Life was never easy. But we have each other, and that makes all the difference.
So, yes. RPG characters, even in Japanese RPGs, characters have been getting darker and darker. Not just in the way they're portrayed, with that strange, oh, everything is shades of grey, no one's good, no one's bad sort of mindset, but also the clothes, the environments, everything is getting darker and darker, and I just want to feel like a hero in a vibrant world. So yes, Sandfall Interactive has done a brilliant job of bringing that joy back to me. So, long story short, love the artwork of the world, love the variety of the costumes, love the variety of colours, love the variety of locales, love it all.
Prepare for annihilation. On me.
Your turn to dance. My, what lovely feet.
Alright, moving on from art style, we turn to the music. And I said in the opening episode's description that I felt the music was appropriate. No, wasn't appropriate. The music is exceptionally well done. Let's forget that, because I've just crossed over two different playthroughs in my mind again. The developers, the composer, had enough faith in themselves that they trusted they could come up with music that wasn't obviously inspired by what they said they were inspired by. It's a very easy trap to fall into. And while it is true that mimicry is the highest form of praise you can get, and yes, I know that is phrased better in the actual way it's phrased. I'm turning myself around again. But yes.
Eyes
Anyone
off,
else?
Monoco.
Or someone? Gotcha.
I'd like dance. A bit of violence, yes.
Look out.
So, let's just head back to the music. I like that they have leaned into, once again, their French origins, and that
Prepare for annihilation.
they have backed themselves
Your turn to dance.
to
Ready to carry. Omit.
that was terrible.
Nice.
Not really, but anyway.
You can't leave us yet.
So yes, the music has
Here's your
been
card.
a joy to listen to.
Yeah, don't.
That's more like it. Your turn to shine.
Throughout. It hasn't tried to.
Favorite part.
It hasn't tried to force itself into a scene, if that makes sense. It's adjusted itself. The composer has
Please, come on. Parry it.
trusted. The composer has trusted in the voice actors and the
Finesse and grace.
and the writing to
Not leaving you behind.
convey most of the emotional oomph through the story music,
Violence.
and
Sweet taste of battle.
while the music has had emotional
Ready?
impact, it's
Your turn to dance.
This will hurt.
yes, it will.
Finesse and precision.
While the music in the cutscenes, the powerful scenes, it's had its own kind of emotional impact, if that makes sense. It's very much not like the old 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit RPGs that we grew up with, in that there just simply was not enough space for prolonged voice acting at all, where the music then had to carry the emotions of the story. And I think that's a trap that some composers can fall into, that they can try to overdo like they try to do much, and in doing that, they take away from the emotional impact rather than enhance it, if that makes sense.
Let's dance.
Violence. What lovely feet.
God up.
That's terrible.
I must rage.
Okay. Monoco, parry.
Your
So-
turn to dance.
God up.
Now the fun burns. Oh, really? I am refreshed.
Nice. Prepare for annihilation.
Useful. Look out.
Okay.
So
I'm waiting. God up. Time to hit big.
Well, well. Lady Luck smile today.
okay, so music. I have absolutely adored the music of the Clair Obscur
Well,
soundtrack.
That will help.
Composer should be very proud of what he's put together here. It
An advantage.
It sort of reminds me a little bit of Masashi Hamauzu's soundtracks. Dasu's teacher, humans. Would you care for a dance? Sure. We are rejoiced to know that humans care for our way of expression. At battle. What? Some of us don't want to care about battle. How can you not care about the dance between life and death? It is thrilling, elegant, and the most intimate encounter you could ever have. How is dancing during battle going to help us survive? You have much to learn. Allow me to demonstrate. Dance with me. Parry to the rhythm of my strikes. Then you might witness true bliss. Okay, I suppose we're ready. Let us dance in a sea of fire and ice. Okay. Your dance was enthralling. It seems there is nothing more I can teach you. If you use this, perhaps you will attain new heights. Heights of which we can only dream. Oh. A new outfit for Luna. Danseuse. Oh. Very interesting and very colourful. Lovely. Unfortunately, we're with Seal today. As the apprentices don't want to say anything. Those few follow me, but to little profit. Why do you say that? They hope to learn from me, but our kind of travel as far as we can go. Whereas humans, gestrels, you may climb the tallest mountains if you so wish. With enough effort, everyone can achieve the same. Everyone. I do not believe you. I see. So yes, back to the music. Loved it. Loved the little operatic parts of it. Loved the gentle bits of it, like right now. It's one of my favourite soundtracks of any game ever. And yeah, I just can't get enough of it. So what have we got so far? So far we've had the art, which is gorgeous and just wow. We've had the music, which has been an absolute joy to listen to while I've been playing. So let's move on to the story. I still cannot be convinced that Gustav is not meant to be anyone other than Robert Pattinson. And I suspect quite a few other people share the same opinion. But yes, that whole introduction was just... it just blew me away. It was like, okay, we're going to hit you hard, and we're going to do it right from the start. And okay, I'll take that and run with it. Just the way they've captured the micro expressions throughout the entire game, not just in the opening, but all the way through. The way that all those micro interactions in the face have been captured and then displayed for us. It's just...
Your turn to dance.
It's added so much to the story. And...
I'm waiting.
it's terrible for CL. And, and yes,
Having a bit too much fun, eh?
I suppose the question raises itself of would the story have been so good without it, or not? Without the attention to the facial expressions and it's difficult to say with any certainty. Although, by the same token, when Disney did that absolutely terrible live-action remake of The Lion King and forgot to add emotions to the lions' faces, it made a difference there, but that's also not a fair comparison to this because it's different media. And I can guarantee that Sandfall did not have, absolutely did not have the same budget as Disney did to do that.
I'd love a dance.
Eyes up, Monoco.
I am refreshed.
So, what I am going to say is that
Look out.
the major story points were that yes, the story would have hit us hard without all of that, but at the same time I'm also very glad that they did that. Because to me it shows that they cared about their story and the product that they wanted to give us. that opening that opening was... Wait, quick, yeah, there's the well. That opening was just...
Ready.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Eyes up, Monoco.
That's not good.
Time for me.
That the opening of Clair Obscur will
Spicy.
stay with me for a very long time. That's all I can say.
Ready to go.
And particularly when the actual punch came. The way that they just...
Parry it!
The way that they just accepted it.
On me!
Well, not accepted it as such as it was. Yes, this is a thing that happens to us every year.
Parry! That's better.
Thank you, my dear. Challenge from the bitter dregs.
So going back to my point, eventually,
Your turn to shine.
so the way that they brought about the gomage and just showed it. It was if you didn't know what was happening or what was about to happen in that scene, you would think that not necessarily something good was about to happen, but you would think that it looks more like a celebration than what it actually is, which I know is an odd way to look at it. And I'm not explaining that very well, I don't think. The impact is in where it is sudden, brutal and final, yet at the same time so beautiful, I suppose, is where I'm going. It's sort of like, can we be sad? We are meant to be sad, and we are meant to be happy at the same time, and it does not particularly make sense.
Ready. Here's your card.
At least not to us.
Not today.
Time to lead.
Finesse and grace.
The fact that it makes sense to the people who live here, and that they are simultaneously accepting of it, yet
Here's your card.
not accepting of it.
Okay.
It's a very powerful start.
A proper challenge.
To the game, and it just sort of,
Why, yes, another dance.
it stays that way throughout the game. The story has been so well written that we never forget that death is more than a step away from us. And
Good stuff.
these people of the expedition are on the brink, teetering all the time. So, yes, I think the story has been very well written. These people, their personalities have been exceptionally well fleshed out. They've been shown to have different views, different takes, different interests. Are you all right, sir? I don't think you are.
Interesting.
Let's see where this takes us. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Paintress. So, the expeditioners are people we've come to care about. People we want to win to see what they do, how they do it, how they keep going.
Wow.
And
It's been a while since I've been here.
Verso.
We used to ski here before the fracture.
And I think the voice actors understood what they were, what and who they were portraying.
Okay.
I know that might seem like an obvious thing, or something that one should expect an actor to do, but
That's more like it.
sometimes voice actors just don't.
It's locked on you.
I mean, it's nothing necessarily against Troy Baker, but at the same time, dude, you can do more than one voice, you know.
Let's dance.
All your characters don't have to sound the same, because they all sound like you.
A bit of violence, yes.
As terrible as that might be to say, I will give Troy Baker his due though. He did at least sound slightly different when he played Joel in The Last of Us.
Your turn to dance. That's more like it.
Yeah.
For good stuff.
Deck.
I like that the story had
Energized.
I like that the story No. Start again. I like that the story, the writers weren't afraid to stop it from time to time, as strange as that does sound. I'll take for example the period immediately following Gustav's sacrifice. They weren't afraid to just put the story on hold and let the characters grieve.
Bit like Zero.
Take your shot.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I like that it took a while to actually get the story going again.
Careful now.
Because it gave us the time to process what had happened. It wasn't like, okay, it wasn't like at the start where it was, okay, we're getting all the big wham out of the way right now. It was...
Here's your card. Not today.
And that in itself was a way of letting us process it as well.
Your turn to dance.
Okay. Okay. Let's spill some ink. Focused.
So at the start we had the Gamage, and then almost immediately it was we're on our way to the island, so that we have as much time as possible to possibly get done what we need to get done. And then the ambush by Renoir at the beach. And to me that was good storytelling, because it while it did give us a lot to process all at once, it was a good insight into the way the characters would be thinking as well at the same time.
Why, yes, I'd love a dance.
Look out.
They'd be flustered, they would be confused. They would have just seen a whole lot of people who were supposed to still be with them not be with them anymore.
That's more like it. Time for mayhem.
And we know there's no help coming. We certainly now know there's no help coming. Not until next year, at least.
I'm ready.
Of course.
Prepare for annihilation.
It likes you.
Parry it. Please survive.
So... So, yeah, the story was very well paced. It wasn't a sprint to the finish, it was very, very much a limp to the finish. And I don't mean that pacing wise, it was, yes, we've suffered a lot, and we're getting to the end one way or the other. And we did. Blind as a bat, me.
Useful.
I wish we could just plant a flag somewhere. The story has knocked me around a bit, which is a good thing. It is a good thing. A good story should leave you questioning, wondering, pondering. If that doesn't even make sense either. Oh, I don't want to attack you while I have no revives. So, we'll go the long way again. I can't say they were ever without hope. Yes, they struggled. Yes, they questioned what they were doing, why they were doing it, how they were doing it. But there was always that tiny bit of hope left over. that made them never stop trying. Even after the revelations of the end of the second act. And well, yes, it might well have been easy for them to have given up. They didn't. And even when the expedition discovered what they were,
Okay.
they were still of a mind to move forward rather than hold anyone.
Look out! Do me in.
Hold anyone back, hold anyone to account.
Ready to parry.
It's I'm doing well, aren't I?
On guard.
Thank you, my dear. Time to bleed.
So,
Once more now, but bigger.
Do me in.
so yes, to me there were not
Your
a whole
turn to
lot
shine.
of weak points. Gee,
Nice. Not leaving you behind. Guard up.
Wow.
and yes, I would gladly learn more about the world of Paintress.
Parry it.
Especially if this is an example of the quality all around that
Ready to parry.
Sandfall Studio Interactive can produce and does produce.
Blades sharp. Prepare for annihilation. On me. Okay.
Your turn to dance.
Okay, so to keep everyone updated, art style, gorgeous, music, brilliant, story, loved it. Yes, let's do voice actors next. Yes. Yes, voice actors next. Okay. Okay. Let's start with sundry voice actors. As in those voice actors who played smaller roles or cameo roles or were just people in the street that we talked to.
Let's dance.
The supporting roles filled their purpose, as you'd expect. I can't say any particularly stood out to me. That's right, they're not meant to be award-winning performances in the supporting cast.
Your turn to dance.
So to speak. The lesser supporting cast. On the subject of lesser supporting casts, the concept of the faceless mute people scattered throughout actually worked well for me because it allows us to put voices in place of the voice actors. Which is not to deride / keep voice actors out of work. It's just something that worked for me.
I am refreshed.
Peaceful.
Too late. Alright, let's start with Gustav then.
I'm waiting.
I will say was very distracted for the first part of the playthrough with the uncanny likeness to Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's dance. Okay.
Oh, really?
Guard up.
This was not a good idea from me.
Violence. Yes.
Remind me never again to do a thoughts video whilst playing. It doesn't really work for me. I should just pick a place and sit down and talk to gentle nothings going on. But yes, anyway, Robert Pattinson / Gustav.
Demons.
His voice acting was, I found, the most curious, if that makes any sense. And no, I have not
Here we go.
paid any attention to who any of the voice actors are, apart from those who I know. And no, I don't know who Gustav's voice actor was.
My help. I'm waiting.
You can say that again.
I came to
Gustav's voice actor was
prepare for annihilation.
Let's play.
very odd. And I don't mean that badly. It's... is... There are times when I thought Gustav sounded both too young and too
Interesting.
old. And yes, I am going to explain what I mean. And oddly enough, I don't think that is a bad thing. As I said, it's very. My opinion of Gustav's voice actor is very curious. It's I think it is very good voice acting for this particular character.
Yeah.
My, what lovely feet.
Ready to parry.
Your turn to dance. My, what lovely feet.
So, Gustav simultaneously seeming too young and too old is I believe
Swiftly now.
to is to demonstrate how this society has gone forward and gone back at the same time.
Time to bleed.
So,
Ready to go.
what I'm meaning there is
Time to take
that
risks.
Okay. Let's dance. That's better.
Zoom in.
Violence.
you don't have to do that.
Okay.
Go figure. Alright, both. Yes, Gustav, both too young and too old. It's what society has grown into. What this society has grown into. In that in that there's no longer really a generation as we would know it between
How could they do this to these trains? Verso. Yes. I still like trains.
yes, there's no longer a generation between when you're a child and when you're an adult anymore. It's you're either one or the other. There's no middle ground. So in that way, So in that way, Gustav's voice actor has done his job exceptionally well. To my way of thinking. And the problem there for him is the Mael issue, because she is in that middle range that we would consider normal, but she isn't really, because she's not a child, so she is therefore an adult, and it's the weird sort of am I her father, am I her brother sort of dynamic that makes that
Here's your card.
confusion a necessary part of Gustav's voice actor. Part of me wishes that we did get more time with Gustav. But at the same time, story-wise, the story would not have had the impact that it did if Gustav had not sacrificed himself the way he did when he did.
Spill some ink.
Try me.
And, yes, there I go, getting distracted again. No. I got frozed. So yes, I think that's all I want to say about Gustav's voice actor at this point. So I think we will move on to Who next? Mael. As she was the second introduced to us. Yes, I am very aware that Mael is voiced by Jennifer English, who also voiced Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate. Why did I do that?
Eyes up, Monoco.
And yes, there are definitely
Take your shot.
similarities in their voices. Obviously, because they're the same actress.
I'd love a dance.
Careful now.
Miles is...
Please survive.
Ugh.
Finesse and grace. Not leaving you behind.
There is a definite youthfulness to Miles' voice. And yes, I realise that at this, from my limited experience of Jennifer English's voice acting,
Good.
her voices are very similar, such as Troy Baker's voice that I was complaining about before. I think Jennifer has a bit more nuance to her voice than Troy does. Sorry once again to all the Troy Baker fans. I mean, he does have a nice voice to listen to.
Ready to power.
It just...
Time to lead.
It just seems always to be the same. That's all I'm saying. It's very obvious who Troy Baker voices to me. So, yes, I did feel that Jennifer was able to get the youthfulness into Mael's voice where she needed to, and the steeliness as well in the older Mael / Alicia.
Lovely feet.
Okay.
I will say that I very much enjoy hearing Jennifer English speak. It's very clear. It's
Monoco, parry.
yeah, parry.
Lovely feet.
Flames
think where Jennifer shone the most was in all the little moments, and that's not taking away from the rest of the acting. I mean, all those moments where Mael was just sort of teetering on the edge, like when she's just about to break, and she's somewhere between tears and holding herself together. I think those were the strongest moments for her. But yes, really, I would love to see Mael again, even though I know that is extremely unlikely given what we know as of the end of the playthrough, of the main playthrough, I mean. So we will move on to Luna. I don't know who Luna's voice actor is. I will, however, say that out of the entire cast, I'll break it into, out of the entire female cast, she is my favourite of the voice actors in this game. Nice. Very nice. Yes, Luna. She's my favourite of all the...
Nice.
Oh no, the mime. Anyway.
Here's your card.
That was unnecessary.
I'm ready. Not leaving you behind.
Sweet taste of battle.
Today,
Sweet taste of battle.
Luna's voice actress is my favourite of the female cast.
Your fate is sealed.
Just
Why, yes, I'd love a dance.
just the way that she handled all the wonder behind Luna, you know? Just that whole curiosity.
Ready to parry.
That whole curiosity and just the vitality she brought to one of the characters who was supposed to not be there, but
Here's your card.
Time to bleed.
she was always going to be the scientist, the explorer, the person who asked why throughout the expedition.
Okay.
The one most likely to rail against fate.
Your fate is sealed.
And that just, she was able to bring that out again and again. Whenever she needed it. And yeah, it was just really wonderful hearing
Monoco.
Luna speak. Which was why she tended to be on my parties all the time. And I'm not ashamed to admit that, aside from what we'll get into in the battle portion. We got a haircut for some reason. Okay. For Luna. And yeah. What is down there? Too far down. What a problem to have. It's too far down, I can't see what's down there. No, that's fine. So yes, loved Luna. We'll stick with the female cast and go with CL next. She has a sort of... Again, I don't know who CL's voice actress is. So I have no preconceived notions about her past acting.
What have we here?
CL's voice, I think, falls into the same sort of category as Gustav's. It's... I would describe CL's voice as something like motherly, which, as we know because of her bracelets, she is a what amounts to a kindergarten teacher, I imagine. So I would have to fight you, aren't we? Yes, There's something worldly about CL that isn't present in the others, if that makes more sense. And it shows in her voice.
Your turn to shine.
Look out.
She's... Her voice actress makes her sound like she's one of those people that you never really think about. Until they're not there anymore.
Monoco!
You know, one of those people who you just...
Your turn to dance.
You just assume is always going to be there, regardless, you know? And you get surprised when one day you look beside you and you think, hey, they're not there anymore. What happened?
You're
Warm and cozy, like I imagine a fire in the middle of winter is. That sort of thing. I wouldn't know. Winters in Queensland certainly don't get cold enough for fires.
I'm ready. Ready to go.
do me in.
Finally got one.
A bit of violence, yes.
So yes, that was CL. Monoco next. I'm going to say Verso and Renoir for last. I could listen to Monoco. I don't know who Monoco's voice actor is. Once again, I could listen to that man talk all day. That soft, gravelly voice. You can hear there's a little bit of suppressed humour, I suppose, behind it. Every time he tries to speak, every time he does speak, not tries to speak. Every time he does speak, there's just it's just that whole attitude of I'm going to have fun with this no matter what. Yes, well, so as if there was any doubt, Monoco's voice actors is my favourite of the gentleman side of the voice acting.
Nice.
He just does an amazing job, and I like having Monoco around. Right, from Monoco, because Monoco's is just that simple. I love listening to that man talk. Moving on to Esquier. Esquier. Yes, Esquier. I know exactly what I want to say, but I don't know how to express it. It is. It is. It is a rare pleasure to come across a character and an actor who you're supposed to, in theory, you're supposed to think of as slightly simple. And I know that's a terrible thing to say these days. Yeah. Esquier is just... He's the kind of person, the kind of voice actor that, however you want to say it, he's He's the kind of character who makes you feel good in spite of yourself. If that makes sense. I know I say that a lot. I also know I'm terrible at describing things. Okay then.
Here's your card.
Your turn to shine. Your turn to shine. Violence.
He's a Eskia is that kind of person who you can't help but like, because the way they see the world is different to the way that you see the world, and it makes you realize that yes, there is a different way that we could be seeing things, and life does not have to be as complicated as we make it. And he just wants us to have fun, because he wants to have fun with us.
Careful now.
I loved all her interactions with Eskia. Him and his rocks. Okay, Verso. If we could have had someone take Gustav's place, I'm glad that it was Verso. Both from a story perspective and a voice acting perspective.
Monoco, hurry!
I'm not doing well at all, am I?
The bitter dregs.
No. So, yes, Verso.
Great.
Verso. I think he played the brooding very well. Though when he did reveal a little bit more of
What lovely feet.
who he was,
Here's your card.
Ready to carry.
the
Too spicy.
Dodge!
the lighter side
Ready to go.
was displayed exceptionally well. Even because it was a very subtle lighter side. It was yes, I'm going to have fun with you.
It's locked on you.
But I am still very, very hurt, very deep down inside. She did not like that.
On guard!
And yes, at the very, very end. At the very, very end. That just begging, which is not a slight on anyone's character. That whole, yeah, that was. That was some pain. So overall, very, very impressed with Verso as well. Okay, and last of all, for the for the male voice actors is Renoir. And I am aware of
Lovely.
voices Renoir, and it is Andy Serkis, and all I can say is that man has a huge range. When I think of all the parts he's played and the people he's played, everything that he plays, he's just so different in each role, and he's so good at it. And
It likes you.
yeah,
Time to
just
prepare for annihilation.
yeah, Renoir was Renoir was a good, understandable villain. You are legitimately torn between what he's telling you and what you know,
Your card.
making absolute sense for what he's doing and why he's doing it. And whether or not it's actually a good idea to
Why, yes, I love a dance.
let Alicia have what she wants.
Now the fun begins.
He's written as a very sympathetic villain, and
Take your shot.
in that way he's not unlike Emmett Selk, in that he too is a very sympathetic villain, because you can understand exactly what he's doing, exactly why he's doing it. I think the same thing applies here as it did to Emmett Selk. Would the character and yes, I mentioned before something about is the character and the voice linked. So the question to me arises of
En garde.
would, because both Emmett Selk and Renoir are incredibly well written, incredibly well motivated characters who are both very sympathetic villains, would changing the voice actor make or break the character itself? And just like Emmett Selk, I find myself in this instance saying it would make or break the character, because while anyone should be able to
Ready to carry.
play whatever they're cast in,
Dance begins.
there's one person who makes the role their own. So
Ready to carry.
I would, in this case, point to the debate that rages about who is the best James Bond, for example.
Here's your card.
Energized.
I personally think it was Sir Sean Connery who was the best James Bond. But there will always be arguments for each of them. Same thing in the sci-fi space was Captain Kirk or Captain Picard in Star Trek, the better captain. I personally think Picard, but again, and and that again is the actor making or breaking the character. It's if you could look at Captain Picard and think of anyone else playing it at all. I personally can't. Jean-Luc Picard is Sir Patrick Stewart. Emmett Selk is Emmett Selk. Renoir is Renoir. That's sort of how I feel here.
Why, yes, I love the arts.
Brain disconnected a little bit.
That's better.
Must rage.
So yes, on the whole, I love the English voice acting cast for Clair Obscur, and I do not say that lightly.
Monoco, parry!
I have more than a tendency to not like English voice acting. In games. Which is nothing against the English voice actors, of course. Personal preference. In Clair Obscur, however, I would gladly I would and will gladly play this again with the English voice acting cast. Right, so with the voice acting done, we come to the final point, being the battles.
Let's spill some ink.
Love 'em. Even when I'm saying I hate them, it's a user problem, not a game problem. I'm glad you have no idea how glad I am that we have elemental opposition active and working, and This is back to the good old days as far as I'm concerned. And turn-based in general. Thank you for being turn-based. I am really sick of action RPGs. because they just, in my experience, have tended to be not as responsive as turn-based. Like, you can't do exactly what you want because of animation limitations or whatever. Turn-based is comfortable, and it lets you strategize and think what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it. Or just pop up behind a monster and do that. I like that each character has a unique mechanic. I think that Gustav's overall was the weakest, but I can also understand why. CLs I probably need to spend a lot more time with than I did in-game. To fully appreciate its depth. Because, yes, I'm very sure you will have noticed that I had a very particular party through most of the playthrough, which were my favourite characters to have along, both to fight with and to interact with.
An advantage.
Verso's playstyle I think could have used different ways to get out of D. Out of D, yeah. Whether that was just because I neglected to... Let's actually take a look at this. Verso... So, yeah, it's just quick strike or normal attack to get out of D and into the others to use them. So, I think that could have been improved. It's just a minor gripe. But yeah, there were more options once you got into the higher grades of perfection. But yeah, sometimes it was a little tricky getting into the one you wanted. But yep, he was a perfectly serviceable character. Who to next? Monoco. Let's go to Monoco next. Very interesting take on a blue mage. Very much enjoyed it. Yeah, not much more to say than that. Some of them possibly could have had their AP costs reduced a tiny bit, but by the same token they also did a lot of damage. So, I think that's just a tiny gripe for me. Luna. Very new black mage. Enjoyed combining, getting the stains on her weapon and being able to see them on her weapon was nice too. Yeah, just being able to shift and combine and move whichever way you needed whenever you wanted was lovely. Especially because there was no MP or charges to deal with. So it was I was free to use her however I wanted, and that's what I did. So yes, that was it's a treat to play Luna. But finally we come to my favourite, Mael. As you might have guessed from the amount of screen time she's got both in the party and in the game. Yeah, I do love a fencer, and she is a joy to play. Setting her up and just letting her go and melt enemies is wonderfully rewarding. That's all I can say. And yeah, loved playing with her. All of the animations were beautiful. They were crisp, clean, movement, everything, sound effects, absolutely beautiful. So yes, overall, would I recommend? Absolutely. This is even at full price, especially at full price. Especially this is one of those games that deserves to be bought at full price. These developers, Sandfall Interactive, need to be rewarded and encouraged to keep producing like this, because this is an absolutely brilliant game and people are missing out by not playing it. Do yourself a favour, as Molly would say, and go out and get yourself a copy. No, I am not sponsored to say that. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I just tell it like I see it. Because I don't have the brain filter for it to be otherwise. Anyway. Yeah. I have loved this game, and I will continue to love this game, and yeah. Who knows, maybe next time we play through I won't forget Gradient Parry. But we can live in hope. just like the people of Romeo. So yes, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for putting up with my rambling all over the place. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next post-game episode.